Welcome into another edition of the Pick a Side podcast, a college football picks edition, week 9 college, week 8 NFL. I said week 8 because we got to start with Thursday night. And before we sat down, Shea, Norling, Tyler Rocky with you as always. Tyler looked at me and said, I have a Thursday night prop for you, brought to you by the Terry Rozier Syndicate for prop betting. So, Tyler, what are we looking at? Chargers, Vikings, prop bet.
All right, you want a little tight end action tonight? Oronde Gadsden, my Syracuse guy.
Oh, we're going back to the well.
He has been on a tear lately. He had his big breakout game last week. He had another good game the week before that. His number's 43.5, and I mean this Minnesota defense has been kind of shaky. And I don't know if Minnesota, I don't know what to expect from Minnesota. There's the whole Carson Wentz stat that's going around right now, right? He's 7-0. I don't feel great betting on Carson Wentz in this game, but I can bet on something that, okay, maybe LA will have to throw a little bit more today to get back into the game. And we know Herbert's coming off of his career high in passing from a week ago. 43.5 for a guy who's a tight end, but really is more of a receiver than anything. He's even more so of what the modern tight end is. He is built in a wide receiver's body, plays tight end, gets the kind of the tight end tax that works the other way. I guess the tight end discount on yards, I'll call it. 43.5, I'm going to go over.
Okay, I need you to stop me from betting Minnesota.
I had no feel for this game, so you do what you want here.
Okay.
I really don't have any sort of feel on a side, a total.
All right.
The number tells me to bet Minnesota.
I'm going to bet Minnesota. I mean, it's now 3.5. I think 3.5 is a valuable spot here, and it's not if I were going to sit down and just say, oh, Carson Wentz never lost on Thursday Night Football, well, then somebody should just do me a favor and shoot me, because that's never a reason to bet something. Because something has never happened, in this case, Carson Wentz losing on Thursday Night Football, it doesn't mean that it cannot happen. Carson Wentz can absolutely lose on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, especially this iteration of Carson Wentz.
The Vikings can absolutely lose to the Chargers. Joe Alt hasn't really practiced much. It sounds like he might go. He was listed questionable. He did participate. I don't know how effective he's going to be. And I can't get past in my head, they can't keep Herbert upright.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side, the Vikings may not be able to keep Wentz upright, because I don't know what Christian Darrisaw's status is going to be for this game. Apparently, he's been bothered by some soreness after his first game back, so he may be dealing with a little bit of a deficit over on the left tackle side.
But you know how I feel. The Chargers, as currently constructed, are not a playoff team. You're allowing 60% of Herbert's dropbacks to result in pressures. It's not like with Stroud, where it's an equally bad situation in Houston. 60% of his third down drops are pressures. 60% of every dropback Justin Herbert takes is a pressure right now. They can't run the ball. Their offense cannot function. And it was fun for 3 weeks at the start of the year when we're like, whoa, Chargers have an air raid and Herbert's going to win MVP. But now all of a sudden the water shuts off a little bit.
Yeah.
And, they've gotten Gadsden involved. I like where you're at with that. They've gotten Keenan Allen involved a little bit. Quentin Johnston's been an up and down story again. And when your quarterback can't be kept upright, your quarterback has to be relied upon against a blitz-happy Viking defense, and I'm getting 3.5 points in a short week, I'm going to take them. Yeah. So I wanted, if you could have stopped me, I would have not done it. But I think this is a spot you got to bet Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like that Charger offensive line. I'm just gonna let you through.
Okay, sounds like a plan. All right, let's move on to college. Before we do it, reminder, we are available on YouTube, youtube.com/@PickASideESPN. College has been an improving story for me the last couple of weeks. We are building. And I texted you in the week because there's something I have not been doing. And I think it's going to make an appearance this week.
Okay.
I have not had a college quad bomb yet this year.
All right.
I've had 2 quad bombs, both of the NFL variety. One was the Chiefs against the Ravens, and the second was the Saints against the Giants. So I'm 2-0, but they have been very few and far between. This is a spot-heavy week. I also have a light card.
Yeah.
And I think this creates opportunity to have a couple really big spots because I'm with you. I'm not going to have a ton of plays here. And you go through the card, there's a lot of teams on buys. It feels like there are fewer games. It feels like there are certainly fewer games to bet. I like nothing about the game tonight. South Alabama, Georgia State, two 1-6 teams squaring off. If you're getting involved, I got a phone number you can dial. Tomorrow night, take Friday off. North Texas and Charlotte.
Yep.
Cal and Virginia Tech. How you could ever lay a touchdown with Virginia Tech. I understand Cal's going cross country, but Virginia Tech's terrible. And then Boise, Nevada. None of those are even watchable games. So just no. So for me, it all starts on Saturday. Good?
Yep, that's where it starts for me as well.
All right, let's tee it off with one of the better games of the day. Ole Miss travels to Oklahoma, where, watch out, Oklahoma's favored by 5.5 in Norman. I'm really struggling to get a read here because, look, Ole Miss off a loss, and I think they proved it was as legitimate a loss as you can have. When you go against Georgia, you're an 8-point dog, you're on the road, and you go to war. And there were many opportunities to win that game, and Chambliss played well again.
I mean, if the games were 3 quarters, we'd be talking about, is Ole Miss the number 1 team in the country?
Exactly. So that's the fourth quarter, things got to him. But now you get back off the mat. You're on the road again, which I hate 2 weeks in a row in college. You go back on the road. How am I supposed to pass up taking 5.5 points with Ole Miss against an Oklahoma team that's looked shaky? The bad part for me is I then have to fade an Oklahoma team that I liked to win the SEC, whose quarterback I like to win the Heisman, as dead as that is now. Like, I had no feeling here on what to do.
I've got a total for you here.
Okay. I
love under 54.5 in this game. Did you know Oklahoma has not gone over once this year? They are 0-7.
Isn't that the spot where you decide, okay, we're just going to ride Oklahoma unders, and they
and maybe it's the one that finally pops over. But I just feel like this Ole Miss team has a reputation as an offensive team, but they haven't been an over-happy team either this year. They've gone under 3 of their last 4, and I played the under last week in Ole Miss and Georgia. That could not have been more dead. But I think Ole Miss has this reputation as an offensive team, and I don't think their offense is as good as advertised when you look at a number of these games. And Mateer has not looked good since he returned from the hand injury.
Nope.
And on the flip side, I think against this Oklahoma defense, Trinidad Chambliss is going to have some of those D2 quarterback moments. However, he's not a guy that turns the ball over. He's only thrown 1 interception so far this season. So I don't think you're going to be looking at a lot of instances where, here's a pick and there's a short field the other way for the other team. I don't think that's going to be the case in this game. I think you're just going to see a lot of punts. And I think you're going to see a game that probably sits in the neighborhood of 20-17, 24-17.
It would be Oklahoma or pass for me. I think you're right on the read of it, that Oklahoma can limit Ole Miss scoring a little bit. I may end up with an Oklahoma play here. Let me get through the rest of it. I'm also just thinking it's sneaky been a minute since they've been in Norman in a game where people will care.
Yeah.
The last time that they played in Norman in a game people actually were into, it was September 20th. It's October 23rd. They played Kent State without their quarterback off a bye week. That was in Norman. It was 44-0. Then they played Red River, which is played in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. Then they went on the road to South Carolina. Now they're off a win. They get back home. It's the first time that they're playing a big game in Norman in a month. Doesn't it it just feels like an Oklahoma spot to me.
The number is definitely strange. The number would lend you to believe this is where you bet Oklahoma.
These are spots I've done well in, too, taking the favorite. Last week I played a ton of favorites, and it's just this is a spot that's worked for me. I don't think you could ever talk me into betting the Ole Miss side here. I'm going to end up with a play on Oklahoma. I'm going to lay the 5.5 with Oklahoma.
All right.
All right, that's through. Then guys, you want big games this weekend? It is.
There's 2 other ones?
Slim pickings. I'm going to go to a game that I find fascinating that I don't think is I'm not going to sell this as some big-time game, but it's one where I do see opportunity. It was close to a quad bomb, and I can sell it.
Guess it?
It's a fun matchup. Go ahead.
Is it Iowa State BYU?
No, but we'll get to that in a moment. It's Auburn, Arkansas.
Okay. I saw this too, and I contemplated.
This is as close as a game can get to a quad bomb without being one. And it's mostly because I'm going to watch this matchup because I think it's loser leaves town. You've got on one hand Hugh Freeze, who Auburn is trying their ass off to fire. I've never seen a team hated by the refs as much as Auburn, which only lends to the conspiracy theory that I've lobbied. Auburn's boosters are telling the officials to give calls against them so they can finally fucking fire this guy. Arkansas side, you've got Bobby Petrino. So what do we have here? We have motorcycle crash reveals you were having an affair in a neck brace. Bobby Petrino going up against football guy hospital bed Hugh Freeze.
I was just going to say, like, neck brace versus hospital bed is like two of the iconic college football memes.
All-time coaching matchup here. Hospital bed, neck brace. And I will tell you, I think it sets up this. I wanted to go big. This is an Arkansas spot. You got to lay the one with Arkansas.
Yeah, you're at home.
Yep, you're in Fayetteville. Auburn's got to go on the road. Their defense is good. Jackson Arnold's been bad. And I think the boosters are out for Hugh Freeze. If they're looking for spots for him to get beat. Arkansas, too, like, they showed something. They played hard for him last week against Texas A&M. Damn near won against Texas A&M. Like, the record doesn't jump out at you at 2-5, but they could have beaten A&M 45-42. Really tight game. They played hard against Tennessee. And if you know anything about the culture in Fayetteville, they love Bobby Petrino. Maybe more than they even loved Sam Pittman, who they fired. There is an attraction there. The fact that they're allowing him to be the head coach again tells you they love this guy. I think it's an Arkansas spot. I'm laying the one with the Razorbacks.
I'm not going to get involved because I just think I'm kind of, when I saw the slate this week, I was like, it kind of feels like a lighter card. I'm going to stick to the lighter card here, but I'll root for you.
Do you want the Iowa State?
Let's do it, yeah. Let's go Iowa State.
Because this is another spot of all spots. This is one of my quad bombs. If I only have one, it will be this one. Number 11, BYU, off a big-time win over Utah, big-time win over Arizona in double overtime, 7-0, ranked in the top 15. They go on the road to Ames, where they're, a 2.5-point dog. Iowa State quad bomb.
Yep. This is one of those fishy favorites right here. And it's just the spot of all spots. You've got BYU coming out of that physical war against Utah from a week ago. And dare I say, now that Iowa State has kind of fallen under the radar a little bit too, like they went in with high expectations for this season, but now they've kind of fallen out of the spotlight. They're not ranked anymore. Is this, dare I say, a look-ahead spot for BYU, who's got Texas Tech on deck?
Could it be? It's hard to...
It's tough to say that in the Big 12 because everything's so jumbled, and Iowa State very well could win this conference.
It's also hard to say that when you are a dog. Like, I think it's tough in a week. We know, coaches know what the point spread is. If you're worth your salt at all as a head coach, you are in that locker room reminding these guys, you are not favored. They think you're shit going on the road and you're dogs. So I don't want to say it's a look-ahead spot, but with Tech on deck and the fact that BYU's basically already put themselves in the Big 12 title game, you could make the argument. And it's just another reason to look at this and go, yeah, it's Iowa State or pass here. I just think it's got a fire on Iowa State.
The look-ahead spot may actually be on the Texas Tech side, which I may have some more for you in a moment.
Oh, fascinating.
But Iowa State, they finally get back home, too, after playing 2 on the road. And this is a veteran team. I know they've lost their corners for the season, but this is a veteran Iowa State team. They returned some of the most starters in all of college football. And those are the teams I like to back inside of a field goal at home. That's where I'm rolling. I love Iowa State this week.
Deal. All right, let's do the other 2 big games, and then we'll get down into the slop. Mizzou, Vandy. Vandy laying 2.5 at home against the Tigers. This is a total pass for me.
Okay.
The spot screams Vanderbilt to me. Like, you're inside a field goal, but doesn't it also feel a little trappy? Like, here, I got you, Vandy, just inside a field goal. Go ahead, take it. It's like the guy who with the dollar on a fishing rod.
I thought the same thing, but I looked at the bet differential, and it looks like the public is still leaning on the Mizzou side of this.
Really?
So I was a little, and maybe it's changed since when I did my research from last night, but I looked into the numbers of it too, and like some of the some of the rushing numbers in particular, because I thought, you know what, if there's one thing that can take down Vandy, it's going to be the rushing attack. But Vandy's the number one rush EPA offense, not Mizzou, despite the fact that Ahmad Hardy's had the season that he's had. I think the Vandy offense versus the Mizzou defense is going to be fascinating with Vandy's ability to run the football, not just with their backs, but also with Pavia.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
I'm rolling with Vandy here in the 2.5. You're going to keep me inside of a field goal at home. I'm going to just keep playing it.
I want to join you because it's the side I'm going to be rooting for. It just feels a little trappy to me. I'll join you on it. The rush stats are great. I mean, you would think Ahmad Hardy, the season he's having, he's been the leading rusher at times this year. I don't know if he still is, so I don't want to say that he is. And I do always think the EPA stuff on rush plays might be a little fucked up when you start incorporating are they all designed rush plays? Is it EPA per designed rush, or does it include quarterback scrambles where maybe Pavia picks up 20 yards because he sees man coverage, everybody's turned around, and I got a free alleyway? But I like the Vandy side. It's the side I leaned, and so I'll join you. Why not? What the fuck?
Let's do it.
And then the last big game of the day, A&M, the number 3 team in America, goes on the road at night to Death Valley against an LSU team that just, you watch them, they look like horse shit. There's no other way to say it at this point. They can't run the ball. Nuss blows. Defensively, they're actually, dare I say, good. But it doesn't matter because their offense is completely inept this year. Yeah. And yet you're at home as a short dog against the number 3 team in America, a team we both think kind of looks fragile.
Yeah.
A&M at times defensively has gotten popped, certainly to start the year in non-con play. They gave up 41 on the road to Notre Dame. They've been gotten on the ground. Is LSU a team that can take advantage of that?
We'll find out. But I do love LSU in the spot because I think there's a couple things in play here, all right? First of all, I'm with you. We've talked about A&M. They feel like that team that's this house of cards is going to come falling down at some point with them. And this could be that spot where LSU just wins outright. Mm-hmm. But you've got Brian Kelly coaching for his life, too. He knows he has to start picking up some of these, especially at home. You have to pick up some of these wins. And on top of that, this is the best defense that A&M has faced since they saw Auburn. That was a 16-10 game that A&M got at home at Kyle Field. Now you flip the trick against you can say what you want about the offense, but LSU has an elite defense. You flip the trick, you go now to Death Valley at night. To me, the difference from playing at home at Kyle Field to going on the road, not to like totally transitive property this thing, but going on the road then to Death Valley, it was a 16-10 game that you played. You played a rock fight in that one. If this is a rock fight, I think it's advantage LSU.
I'm going to stay away. If we think it's a rock fight, I'd be more inclined to just bet the under.
That could also be in play here,
Like if we're looking at another 2010 kind of game and on a game that's got a 48.5 point total.
I feel like at one point we will see some sort of pop from this LSU offense. There's just too much in that huddle. There is. And I get that you've lost some pieces to the NFL. Nuss hasn't been what you've wanted him to be. But there is still like that gear. We've seen Nuss play. Nuss was good last year.
Yeah, I know.
Like, at some point he has to pop. And there has to be some sort of offensive firepower from this team. And I get on the flip side, like Whit Weeks, I don't know what his status is going to be. It's looking dicey on the injury report for him again this week. But
coming back home off a loss to Vandy, too, you got to get off the mat, and the prize you get is the number 3 team in the country, an undefeated Texas A&M. I don't know. I wanted to bet LSU. Again, it's the side I leaned. I'm staying away because I just frankly think there's better shit to bet this week.
Okay.
There aren't many better games to watch, but I think that there is better shit to bet. So I'm going to root for you.
All right.
It's the side I like. I'm staying away in totality.
Sounds good.
All right, let's get into some of the slop, starting with the spite bet of all spite bets coming from me, which is very obviously Michigan laying 14.5 in East Lansing. Go blue, baby.
Floor is yours.
I damn near walked in here with a Jim Harbaugh-style skinny M Michigan hat on. Fuck Michigan State. Fuck my coach. Fuck the school. Fuck the lack of seriousness that they've taken to the football program. Fuck the fact that they've made me basically hate the entire fucking sport. I I hate them. And I need them to be fucking humiliated. Never in my life have I entered this game just hoping I get a bomb dropped on me. But if functioning idiot Sharon Moore and freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood come in and drill my team into a coffin, then I at least get to hope there will be change. So it's all spite here. I'm not even going to support it with football stuff other than Michigan, okay, Michigan State, unholy ass. I'm just full on fuck my school. I'm betting Michigan.
All right, I'll root for you. Hope you get what you want here.
I'm laying 14 in a hook. It's all spite.
And you'd imagine, too, there's probably going to be way more Michigan fans at this game than State.
It probably will be an even split. It'll be as close as it's ever been. And usually it is like a pretty hostile environment. But the stadium now is a dump. Nobody has any excitement about the program at all.
Yeah.
Childs has completely reverted from the first couple weeks where he looked okay to kind of just dog shit. Like, it's just everything about it. I don't want to watch them. I have no enjoyment in watching them. And if they fuck around and win this game, then I'll feel like Monday morning or Sunday morning I'll wake up and go, beat Michigan. Oh, fuck, we saved this asshole's job. I don't want that. So it's all spite. Blow us out, please.
Right.
Load us into a cannon and launch us out of our own fucking stadium. Fuck my team.
The funniest part about this entire Sparty stretch is the backdoor covers they've had.
Yeah, it's funny. Ha ha, I'm laughing. Ha ha ha. Like Jonathan Smith's like, yeah, I'm going to cover for the alumni. Hey, newsflash, buddy. They hate you.
Incredible.
So just get blown out and fuck off. That's what I ask of my team this weekend.
Sparty will be down 21. Here comes Child. It may not even be Child. Maybe they'll throw it back.
Oh God, dude, can you imagine?
Lead
can
a
you imagine?
Touchdown drive.
It's gonna be 20-0. 20-0 late fourth quarter.
No, you know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping it's 22, and they go for 2, and they get the 2-point conversion.
You'd have to fire him in the end zone. I mean, really, you'd have to fire him in the end zone. Like, I'm just picturing we're getting shut out at home late fourth quarter of the rivalry, the biggest rivalry game that this school has. And we're getting blanked at home late fourth quarter. And then you get some half-assed drive against prevent defense where you pop a 7 and cover. I would lose my fucking mind.
Could be worse. You could be Wisconsin.
I can't even argue the point because they gave the vote of confidence to Fickle inexplicably.
The other part, like I laughed, like there's that promo running in Madison at that one grocery store where if Wisconsin scores 28 points, you get 28 cents off of gas, 35 points, 35 cents off a gallon of gas, 42, you get 42 cents off a gallon of gas. And that guy took a picture of it and says, "Thanks for the full price gas again, Luke Fickle."
Hey, he's specializing in it. He's just trying to make America great. All right, let's move on. I'm going to lay some wood here in the Big Ten, too. This is another kind of nasty game.
Okay. I don't have any other Big Ten action, I don't think. I've got SEC and a couple Big 12s for you.
Okay. I'm very excited to get to your Big 12. I have an SEC spot, too. A matter of fact, is your SEC spot Tennessee, Kentucky?
It's not.
Okay.
But I thought you can potentially talk me into that one because I'm on the fence.
Okay. No, I was going to go to UW hosting Illinois.
Okay.
Now, this is for our out-of-state bettors or people like me and Chauncey Billups only. I'm gonna lay 4 points with UW.
Okay. That game's at Illinois, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, I'm not victory lapping anything, but everybody who told me you better learn about Illinois football, brother, you keep doubting us. Yeah, I'm gonna stay asleep. I don't think Illinois is very good.
I will say this: Washington has done a lot of East Coast traveling.
Yeah, they have.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but this one, thankfully, they're back in Seattle. They're sailgating. You get an unranked team favored over a ranked team. It's a spot I love.
Oh, it's in Washington.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
In Seattle. Yeah,
Gotcha.
they're sailgating.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna lay the 4 with Washington. Yeah, the going west stuff or going east stuff, like last week against Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan didn't play particularly well.
No.
UW just clearly travel got to him. The fatigue got to him. Okay, go to your SEC spot and then we'll get to mine.
All right, my SEC spot, I'm rolling with Mississippi State, 7.5-point dog at home against Texas. I think this could be one of our last ones before the cat's out of the bag on the Bulldogs here. they've been losing games. Like they've lost 3 in a row now, but they've been largely competitive. The one that like semi wasn't competitive was the A&M game. And I just think both teams kind of match up really well with the other's counter units. Like the Mississippi State offense and the Texas defense is kind of an even-ish match. I'd probably give a slight edge to Texas's defense there. And then on the flip side, the Texas offense has been nothing this year. And going up against the Mississippi State defense that's been pretty solid, I just think it's closer than a touchdown in this game. I'm not picking Mississippi State to win, although I do think they are live to outright win this game. And I see this being a close game. You're at home, Stark Vegas. They're going to have the cowbells working here. I'm rolling with Mississippi State.
I have nothing on that game. I'm going to start calling them your Bulldogs because you love them.
I love them.
Like, you are all over that
I don't
school.
even like root for them to necessarily win. I just root for them to cover, and they've done a damn good job of it.
You're all about it. I mean, every week, I should have smelled that spot from you because every week you're just more cowbell.
You give me 7 and a hook.
Yeah.
Mississippi State. I mean, I am diving headfirst in those.
You talk
waters.
about seduction. More cowbell for Rocky. I'm going to go to the other leftover SEC spot, which is Tennessee and Kentucky. I think Kentucky is terrible. And they're another school where you look at it, they want to fire Mark Stoops, and they probably will fire Mark Stoops. And they're going to need some pretty bad losses to really get it justified with what they're spending on the basketball side. $25 million to their basketball roster.
Yeah.
And they have
Not
to
coach,
buy
roster.
out. Yeah. And they have to buy out a football coach. It's a tough place to live, but if things get bad enough, they'll be able to pull it off. Tennessee, obviously, coming off the loss to Bama, where I told you I liked the Bama side. Bama smoked them.
Yeah.
And, yeah, part of it was you got a 100-yard pick six that altered the game. I also think that's why I'm capping this the way that I am, because Tennessee got blown out because of a 100-yard pick six. I don't think Kentucky's got the horses to get a 100-yard pick six against Joey Aguilar. I'm all over Tennessee here laying 8.5 points.
Okay.
I think they win by double digits. I think this is a multiple touchdown victory. This is a spot where Heupel and Tennessee seduce you into believing they're good. They're really good. And then against the big boys, they falter like they did against Ohio State last year or like they did against Alabama last week. But a spot here, even on the road, like Lexington, there have been times under Stoops where it's been kind of a madhouse or a sneaky difficult spot.
At least an advantage of some sort.
Even at night here, 6:45 with a ranked team coming to town, I think the Kentucky fan base is just over it. Basketball season has hit Lexington. The football stuff, the quarterback's been awful. The team looks terrible. They want the coach fired. It's not going to be a happy environment. I think Tennessee bombs them.
Yeah, if you're the students, are you going to the bars or in a house party, or are you going to? I mean, is it? No, next week's Halloween weekend. Never mind.
But this is a classic, like you're saying, this is a classic tailgate. Don't go to the game.
Yeah. You going to the game or you going to the bars? And I think most people at this point, most of the students are going to, we'll go to the bars instead.
Agreed. All right. That actually does it for me. So what else you got?
I got 2 Big 12s for you here. I think I can talk you into a Shea Hawks spot this week.
I looked at it.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Kansas a 3-point favorite at home against Kansas State. You got a Kansas State rushing offense that cannot do shit right now. 106 in rush offense EPA, 126 in rush offense success rate. Kansas has a pretty solid defense. I think the fans show up for this game because it's that rivalry in state here. And I just think that this Kansas offense, like running the football, has been solid enough for them. And you're giving me 3 points at home. I like Kansas.
I would obviously like it more if it were +3, but it's kind of the way I just feel about Kansas. I don't like them when they're field goal or more favorites. That always kind of takes me out of a Shea Hawk spot.
Interesting.
I like when when the market believes Kansas is about to get dog walked. Mm-hmm. That's always the spot I like to live in. Yeah, I didn't have really a read. I looked for ways to get around it on Kansas being at home, rivalry game. I always get scared. These are lower scoring. Teams tighten up. I thought about an under. I just ended up landing on nothing.
Okay. And then hold your nose because I teased this a little bit earlier, but Texas Tech in a look-ahead spot. Number 14 team in the country.
You could sell me on here.
Oklahoma State is a 38.5-point dog. Let me repeat that. 38.5-point underdog in conference. Conference lines should never be that. Ever. And I get that Oklahoma State is effectively an FCS school at this point. But you got a look-ahead spot to BYU. And on top of that, this game is at Texas Tech. They just banned the tortilla toss. There feels like there's some sort of curse looming. And I think it starts with not covering against Oklahoma State this week.
Wow. 36.5.
Is it 36.5? I saw 38.5 last night.
I'm looking at 36.5 live right now.
Still.
5
touchdowns.
Even split, sharp sides, Oklahoma State. Dude, I'd like to join you. I think the best argument you could make for the Texas Tech side here, I don't want to have money on Oklahoma State. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're dog shit. I don't want to have American dollars wasted on Oklahoma State. The argument that I think works in your favor more than anything is if Texas Tech knows what we know, that the Big 12 is not going to be a multi-bid league. You're going to get one team into the playoff. Then they know they don't need style points. And that would lead you to believe they're up 28-0 at halftime. They'll just power down and kill the clock in the second half. Get the hell out of there.
Get out healthy.
That's the part where, okay, I can get on board. The part where I struggle is even to cover 36.5, you probably need more than 0 points from Oklahoma State. How do they move the ball against Texas Tech's line?
When it's 35-0 and the backups come rolling in.
And you get prevent? Okay. I'm going to root for you.
You don't have to join me here.
I'm not going to. That's
I'm
it's
not
so
trying to bring you along in my herd of desperation here, but
it's so sloppy. I'm just going to stay away. Also, looking at my card, I have more plays than I expected to. So I'm just going to stick with what I got.
All right, sounds good. That's all I got.
All right, that'll do it. My card, Thursday Night Football, Vikings +3. I got Oklahoma laying 5.5 because I talked myself into it. Arkansas laying 1. Iowa State laying 2.5. It is the quad bomb this week. Bringing it back. We'll see if we have any NFL. Vanderbilt laying 2.5. Fuck Michigan State. Michigan laying 14.5. Washington laying 4. And Tennessee laying 9.
All right, I've got a Thursday night receiving prop tonight.
I only bet favorites. I bet exclusively favorites. I'm gonna get killed.
All right, I've got a nice, healthy dose of.
Chalk it up. Go ahead.
Joe Norling with us today.
What the fuck is going on?
I've got Rondé Gadsden over 43.5 yards tonight in Thursday Night Football, tight end for the Chargers, and then I'm going under 54.5 in Ole Miss and Oklahoma. Kansas, a 3-point favorite. I like Iowa State as a 2.5-point favorite. Vandy as a 2.5-point favorite. Oklahoma State is a 38.5-point dog. Even at 36.5, if that's the number you're seeing, I like that still. Mississippi State +7.5, and then LSU as a 2.5-point home dog.
All right, there you have it. College Picks Edition for Week 9 in college. Jesus, Week 9.
Yeah, I know.
In college
Next
football.
week's double digits.
We'll be back tomorrow, Week 8 NFL edition. I do like the NFL board. I don't think it's a super attractive storyline board. I don't think it's a great watching board. I do think
tomorrow.
I do think it's a good betting board, especially for some teaser action. So we'll get into that tomorrow with an NFL Picks Edition for Week 8 in the National Football League. It's the Pick a Side podcast.